Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Plague. This one is going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of The Plague Season 4. This one's going to be for Season 4, Episode 4, which is called Come to City, which is obviously the note that the, I guess you call the ninja people at this point, left on their, the walls or whatever of the community. So, just finished watching episode 4 of The Plague, and I want to give my thoughts, of course, for my weekly review of this episode. So, really cool episode this week. Really like this one a lot. This one has a kind of a, certain storyline going on that's probably going to spill into Anthony's last episode, and also, which is announced to be episode 6 by Undead Freak 78. In the live stream chat, I saw that he wrote that episode 6 will be Anthony's last episode, which means we only have 2 episodes left of Anthony's character throughout the show, and then his time will be over, which is really unfortunate because he's my favorite character. But I really do want to start talking about this episode because this one, definitely had some scenes that I definitely want to talk about for sure. Now, Anthony's Anthony's death or leave is definitely set up in this episode a lot, and that's really what the episode is about, is really setting up Anthony's last episode, because I can already tell that this is going to be a big episode, episode 6. I had a feeling it would have been 7 for the mid-season finale. I kind of just thought that made sense, but it looks like, no, it's actually going to be sooner than I thought, and it's actually going to be episode 6, which is actually really crazy, because it's like, man, this is going to be such a crazy 2 weeks here for episode both 5 and 6, but mainly 5 too, because it's like, we know full well that episode 5 is going to spill into 6, so it's like something happens to Anthony in episode 5, and it really makes this episode really crazy to watch through, because it's like, something happens to Anthony, and something bad happens, and it might kill him, and that's crazy. That's really crazy. Now, in terms of this episode, we have kind of Samantha and Scott talking or whatever about the sign, and asking Scott what he thinks about it, and basically they make a plan. They go to the wood factory the next day, of course, and while Anthony's healing up. And they basically make a plan. Samantha, Scott, and Terry. Now, in terms of Terry, I was commenting in the chat during this episode, and I'm not sure who Terry is. I actually tried to think when I was watching the episode, but I'm like, I don't remember. And then, basically, we started talking, the few of us or whatever in the chat or whatever of the episode of The Plague, and we were talking about how it's possible that maybe he helped out in the war, which, I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but it's like, I don't remember seeing him in the war. I don't know. I don't remember seeing Terry in the war. I mean, maybe he was, but I just don't remember him. Now, that'll probably, be answered, but maybe by Under Freak 78 or in the comments section below, or is, like, because that's my question, is he a new character, like how Blake was, where Blake showed up during the time skip of season 1 and 2, or did he help out in season 3 and I'm just not remembering him, because at the moment I don't remember him at all, but definitely we're low on characters right now, so it's good to have another one there, of course, with Terry. So I'm surprised we didn't see him until this episode, but he just hasn't had much time, I guess, this season. So let's discuss, though, also what happens back at the camp or whatever. So, or wood factory, sorry. So, they're at the wood factory, basically, and Scott decides that, this plan, he wants Anthony involved, or it's not happening. So, he basically goes back to tell Anthony what Samantha's planning here, and Anthony decides to basically, at the end of the episode, take off once he sees the kind of, the wall or whatever that says "Come to City," and he basically decides to take John, and it looks like at the end of the episode they're gonna both head right into probably what is a trap from these people or whatever, the ninja group, basically. So obviously episode 5 probably gonna be one of the craziest episodes of the entire series, and specifically episode 6 as well. So these 2 weeks I mean, these 2 episodes here coming up are probably going to be maybe the best and maybe the craziest episodes of the Plague history of the series. At least for me, because Anthony's my favorite character. I mean, he's the lead. This is going to be a huge deal once this actually happens. So, write your comments in the comment section below. I want to hear what you think of this episode, episode 4. In terms of my thoughts on it, I really loved it. It was a really crazy setup episode because now that we know episode 6 is going to be the big one, that's going to be the Goodbye Anthony episode, which we already know that is the title. So, really, really crazy stuff. 2 episodes left for Anthony, and then we're going to have to see what goes on with the show afterwards. I just have no idea at this point what's going to happen with the show after Anthony. But it already sounds like it's going to be quite an intense story, so I'm super excited for it, and just to say, I think this was a really cool episode of The Plague. And also just to say, this season has been amazing, and I'm super excited for these last 2 episodes for Anthony, and then also what goes on afterwards. Just absolutely amazing. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below what you thought. What did you think about this episode? Let's discuss. Let's talk about episode 5. Let's talk about this episode as well, and also episode 6, because that is going to be Anthony's last episode. So, crazy, crazy stuff, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for predictions for episode 5 of The Plague. Peace out.